I-95 southbound. We know it's going through Hollywood, and it just, wow. Wow.
Just a terrifying crash. I-95 southbound, that car that is upside down was fleeing from police who have now ended that crash. You can see an officer out of his vehicle, now several officers out of their vehicles with their guns drawn. You can see a suspect, it appears to be crawling out of the back windshield of that vehicle. We don't know if anybody else is in there, but that person is now in custody. Again, this is Hollywood, I-95 southbound. Now there's another person they are taking into custody.
You see police moving in, detaining both of those suspects that were in that speeding car. We had been watching it for you and just broke into Good Morning America to bring it to you live. That vehicle going at a high rate of speed on I-95 southbound through the Hollywood area, and it looked like the driver was trying to make a move to exit in Hollywood. We'll let you know exactly which exit that is as soon as we can see it. And then you saw all the police officers move in and detain both suspects as soon as that car flipped and they tried to crawl out of the back of the vehicle.
We understand that the exit that that driver was trying to get off of was on Sterling Road, that I-95 exit, Sterling Road there in Broward County. So making their way through Broward County and certainly heading towards Miami-Dade County. We're a few miles north of the Golden Glades there, and you can see that they have taken someone else away from that vehicle. But that is one of the suspects that police have pulled out of that vehicle. What a violent and terrifying crash that was. And that driver was speeding, flying in and out of lanes, had crossed in and out of the express lanes as well. We saw some of those pylons there marking off the express lanes, running into the road as the driver ran them over. But thankfully this is over, because that was a very scary scene heading down 95.
And we're pulling out, you saw just a second, oh, there's another suspect being pulled out of the vehicle right now. A third suspect being pulled out of that vehicle. Police are still searching the vehicle to see if there's anybody else inside. All of your southbound lanes of I-95 are blocked, shut down, and closed. I know we'll have Alexis here in a minute, but I-95 southbound is not an option for any of our early morning drivers. A fourth suspect has been pulled out of the vehicle right now. Police are checking to see if there are any others. You're seeing all of this happening live, courtesy of Sky 10. 4 suspects have been pulled out of that speeding car. I-95 northbound is going very slow, as well, as you can imagine.
And these again in the southbound lane, so there are going to be some significant traffic delays here on I-95 northbound, anywhere north of Sterling Road. That's the exit the driver was trying to get out of. And we have, again, 4 suspects now being taken into custody. Looked like 1 or 2 of them were able to get out of the vehicle on their own immediately. The other 2 were pulled out by law enforcement. You see Fort Lauderdale police is there. You see Florida Highway Patrol, state troopers. They are there as well. That chase involving multiple agencies. And as you can see, the response there is pretty significant. We don't know whether or not there are any other cars involved, if anybody was injured, because as that driver was trying to get off of the highway, you saw them crash right into one of those guardrail pylons there. And there were certainly other vehicles very, very close. So we're going to check and see if anybody else was injured here, innocent bystanders who were really just in the wrong place at the wrong time as that crash came to a really scary end.
It was disturbing to watch. We took it to you live just as it was happening. We were bringing you a chase, which we've done before, but to see the crash moments after we came to you live during Good Morning America was definitely shocking. For those of you just tuning in right this second, it's 8:10. I-95 southbound at Sterling Road is shut down. Do not take I-95 southbound. If you do take I-95 northbound, you will meet considerable delays in the Hollywood area, as there are many people watching this happen. And we do know that crash affected another vehicle, which you see right there. It seems like there may be 3 in total, because that driver tried to take that Sterling Road exit so quickly, the driver cut off other vehicles, and it caused a chain reaction crash. And that's when the car flipped, and 4 suspects were removed from that vehicle. Here's your backups right now, Sky 10 panning out, so you can see southbound is not moving, northbound is going very slow. And it looks like we have an update. It was not Sterling Road that was the exit in question. It is Pembroke Road. This is very close to the Local 10 newsroom and studios.
And not very far. Pembroke Road, just 1 exit south of the Sterling Road exit there. And you can see, again, there are several other vehicles that were involved. They were just collateral damage in this suspect's wild attempt to get away. These 4 suspects who were inside this vehicle. And hopefully none of those other people involved were hurt at all. But you can see, we saw that one woman sitting there on the side of the road trying to process what she just lived through, what she was able to walk out of her vehicle and escape from. There is a pan and a broader look at some of the aftermath, and there over on the right side of your screen you saw some law enforcement officers talking to that woman who was able to get out safely, and you can see two other vehicles here.